Hello everyone, in today's video I'm going to be showing you jLottie. jLottie is our brand new player, which is lightweight and designed specifically for micro animations. We're going to be going through jLottie via this Twitter demo I've made. So you may think this is just a normal tweet. However, we've got micro interactions made with jLottie. You may recognize this hash flag. The PS5 controller, so that's running entirely in jLottie as well. So I'm going to be showing you how you can get set up with jLottie, how you can see if your animations work with jLottie, and then implement them into a website and have interactions with them. Let's get started. Before we head into the code, I want to show you how you can test if your Lottie animations will work with the jLottie player. jLottie is a high performance and lightweight Lottie player, and one of the reasons it is lightweight is because of the limited amount of supported features it has. If you find that your animation isn't working on jLottie, be sure to check out the supported and not supported features to be sure that you haven't included one of those inside of your animation. So if we go just a bit further down, we've got the player and we can load up one of our animations to see if it works. So inside of your previews tab, here I've got the spinning retweet icon that I want to use. So I'm just going to copy the asset link and paste it here. Just double check it works. So that's working fine. I'm just going to check the comments animation. And that's loading up fine as well. And finally the upload button. And there we go. So those three animations are working fine. I can now start integrating them into my project. So to get started with jLottie, you need to get jLottie into your project. In this project, I'm using just a simple HTML file and Tailwind CSS for the styling. But to get jLottie into your project, head over to the GitHub page, which will be linked in the description. And under installation, you can either use npm or yarn. Here, I'm just going to copy the link to the CDN and paste it in the header of my file. And just going to replace module by text JavaScript, and that should work fine. So once you get jLottie into your project, you're going to have to start off by making some containers. So containers are simply divs that are going to house our jLottie animations. So I'm just going to give it an ID because this is important as well. And just quickly add some styling to it. Okay, so since we've got three other animations, I'm just going to copy and paste into the respective places. Okay. So we've got our containers. Now we're going to write some JavaScript to actually load up our animations. So under our script tag, we're going to have to get a reference to our containers. So I'm going to write let comment container and then document get element by ID and pass in the ID of our container. There we go. I'm going to do the same thing for retweet, the controller, and the upload animation. Okay, so now that we've got a reference to our containers, we can start loading up the jLotties. So let's start off with the comment. So all you need to do is call jLottie.load animation, and then you can pass in some options. So first of all, it needs a container. So this is where our previous declaration comes in handy. We could just pass in comment container. You can then declare if you want it to loop or not. I'm going to set it to false. You can also choose to autoplay or not. And then it needs a path to the actual animation. There we go. So there we go. I'm just going to fill this out for the rest of the animations. Okay, so if I save that and refresh my page. Okay, so now we've got our jLottie animations loaded up, but for the moment we can't actually interact with them. For that, we need to add some click listeners. So what we're going to do now is on our containers, we're going to add an event listener. We're going to listen to the click event and then declare a handler function. And all we're going to do is jLottie play and then pass in the ID of our containers. And so if I just try that out with the comment container, there we go, our jLottie is playing. So if you click multiple times, you'll notice that it's not actually playing again. And to fix this, we need to add another event listener. And that event is on loop complete, so that when the animation finishes playing, we set it back to the first frame. So we're going to call jLottie go to and stop, and we're going to pass it frame 0, true, and then comment container ID. So if we save that again, we can click multiple times on our micro animation. So I'm just going to fill out this for the rest of the micro animations. Now that we've loaded our jLotties, added click and on loop complete listeners, we can now go ahead and interact with our micro animations. Adding even just a small bit of animation and interactivity to your websites and apps can really help create a delightful experience for your users. And as you've just seen, all it takes is a few lines of code to get jLottie up and running with these animations. So there you have it, how to add jLotties to a web page, play them and interact with them. I'll leave the GitHub and the player links in the description below, so be sure to check those out to follow along and get started with jLottie. I hope this helped you out, and if you do use jLottie in any of your websites or apps, be sure to let us know on our social media accounts. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.